Hello to everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about the second type of SPSS file that GEM delivers when you finish your processes. It is called GEM year, and in this case, 2023 NES Global Individual Level Fail for Nations. Okay, we build this enormous file once we get all of the individual level files that we have seen as type 1 in the previous video, okay? And it cannot be done until we get all the files from all participating teams. Then the big difference with respect to the first type is that here we have all participating countries. Okay, Cyprus is on the top, followed by Luxembourg, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, and so on up to 49 countries in 2023. Okay, this finishes with the United Arab Emirates. Then, if you look at the left side, this first variable is an identifier of each case, okay, for if we need to order this file in different ways. And it is telling us that this year, 2,058 experts participated in the NES survey, okay? Then we have variables showing the income level of the country, in this case provided by the World Bank, and it's classified in 4 categories: lower, middle, upper middle, and high. And then the same variable but summarized in just 3 categories: low, middle, and high. Okay. In this variable, you can see the world region of the country. For example, Cyprus and Luxembourg are for Europe and North America, and Puerto Rico is for Latin America and Caribbean, etc. These variables state the first day that an interview started and finished, if the interview was complete or not. And here we can see the section about the expert's background, showing their gender, age, education, specialties, years involved in entrepreneurship, etc. And here you have this section with the interviewer's name. Some teams do not fill this variable. It is not critical, but for example, other teams do. Then you have the EFC to which each expert belongs, then the year of the survey, the identification code for each expert, the years that each expert has participated, the type of interview, if it was online or otherwise, and then the date of the end of your survey. Some teams put this date, others do not. It is not a critical variable again. Then we have the section on opened questions. And we have here the original text and your codes, the codes that you provided, okay? Then we have the section in 10 points about all the items of the questionnaire. You know this section because of the previous video. And here we have a new section. We put here again the name of the countries in order to control the process. And this is the first result that we get from the harmonization process. As I explained it several times, the EFCs that we calculate, the summary variables or principal components, are the result of applying this methodology, principal components, to this file, to this global individual level file. This is not made for each country, but for all countries at the same time. What you are seeing here are coefficients that are given by matrices by the principal components method. For example, if you want to see how we calculate these numbers, in SPSS, you go to the analysis section, you select reducing dimensions, because you know that we have blocks in the questionnaire and we are going to reduce them in one or two principal components. Then you select factor, which is the analysis. Then you put here, for example, the variables of the first block, which is sufficiency of financing for entrepreneurs. And that's all. You just accept. Then this is the sheet, the screen that shows the results processed by this factorial or principal component analysis on the first block of items of the questionnaire, okay? Then, as you can see, there are different types of results, but what is very important for us is this matrix of components. So we have calculated one new variable called principal component number 1 to represent the sufficiency of financing for entrepreneurs. And these coefficients are the weights of each of the items in this principal component. For example, you can see that the one that weighted more has been this. In my country, there is sufficient venture capital funding. Okay, so this item is the one that has weighted more or is more correlated with the principal component. These are weights, but at the same time, there are correlation coefficients, linear correlation coefficients of each one of the items with these new variable that we have calculated. As you know, correlation coefficients are significant when they get values up to 0.5. Sorry, 0.5 points. All of them are high, show high values. So this principal component representing sufficiency for entrepreneurship, sufficiency of financing for entrepreneurship is well represented. Keep in mind at least this value, please, and this. Look at them carefully. And then you will see that these values are this, okay? Do you remember them? These are the coefficients that we have calculated. Then, to carry out the harmonization, GEM needs to put all these coefficients for each expert. So we repeat the values all the time, okay? And then we calculate combinations of these coefficients with these scores that we have in the blocks. And then we get new variables, 13 new variables, which are what we call the EFCs or summary variables or principal components or pillars of the NES. You can call them as you wish, but we have 13, from sufficiency of financing to cultural and social norms. And these are the final scores that we get for each expert in each country for these new variables. Okay, so this is the main operation of the harmonization. There are others, but this is critical. Then we standardize these values, and standardizing values means changing them from a scale of 0 to 10 points to a new scale from -4 to 4 points, in which the average point is 0. Okay, with standardized values, we can see very fast if a country is under or below the average. The average is GEM, of course, at all the participating countries. So GEM has a value of 0, and then this country, this expert, sorry, well, scored below the average, while this expert scored above the average, and so on. Okay, and then here we have a variable that indicates that we have finished the section in 10 points. So these are the calculations made by GEM during the harmonization. Now we open a new section in 9 points. So we repeat all the calculations in 9 points. This is for if any team needs them in 9 points. And then we repeat this in 7 points for if teams need this information in 7 points. Okay, this is the section of 7 points. And finally, we repeat the calculation in 5 points. Okay, sometimes for academic research, teams need these scales, so in 5 points. And that's all. This file finishes with the 5 section points, and that's all that we can show about this file. It is important to know that this file is not shared by GEM with teams until the global report has been launched. So this file is not available for teams until after 1 year since we began the cycle. Okay, take this in consideration. And that's all what I'm going to explain about this file. Thank you very much for your attention.